Cornell Hillel, it's a place where Jews gather and pray and socialize, is aware of a threatening statement that was directed toward the building at 104 West, which houses the university's kosher and multicultural dining hall, as well as more generally toward Jewish students, faculty, and staff. Cornell University administration has been made aware of this concerning language, and the Cornell Police Department is monitoring the situation. At this time, we advise students and staff to avoid the building out of an abundance of caution. The Jewish students and other students, William Jacobson, were told not to go to a building. Next, it's going to be don't leave your dorm room. This is not the first instance of something happening on the Cornell campus. You had a professor saying that the Hamas attack thrilled them. You have a graffiti on the ground at Cornell saying blank Israel and free Palestine. From the ground zero of Cornell, what's happening, sir?
Yeah, well, Cornell at a superficial level has very good Israel relations, very good Jewish student relations, but there's a very deep, nasty, vitriolic undercurrent on the campus. I don't know what the exact percentage of students it is, maybe 10%, maybe 15%, but they're the most vocal and the most active, and the same goes for the faculty. You've got probably 10%, maybe 15% of the faculty who are nonstop demonizing Israel. And so there's this undercurrent happening on campus that may not be visible to a lot of people who are not aware of it. And that's what you're seeing percolate up to the surface now that they feel emboldened with the Hamas attack on Israel and the fact that they may achieve their goal, or they think they're going to achieve their goal, which is the destruction of Israel. And they're not shy about that. They want Israel gone. And that's what's happening on campus, is that the 10 or 15% who are the most vocal have been emboldened.
These are some of the statements that were made supposedly at Cornell. If I see another Jew on campus, if I see a pygmalion Jew, I will stab you. And I don't think I could say the rest on radio or even in video. Nowhere is safe. Your synagogues will become graveyards. Never mind what they'll do to the women. The children will be beheaded, and then glory to Allah. I read those things and I say to myself, man, if you want to make a group of people look bad, that's exactly the kind of post you would put out. And then you see the amount of people protesting, saying those things in public, on camera, across America. Have the universities started, after now 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks since this attack in Israel that murdered 1,400 from the Hamas barbarians, have they started realizing, hey, maybe we've got a problem here?
I don't think they have. I don't think they have. And let me say about those posts, those were not on a Cornell forum. They are legitimate posts, meaning they actually happened at a place that's frequented by students on the internet. And we don't know who did it. And you know me, we're always very evidence-based. I can't point the finger at a particular person. We know those were made. We just don't know who did it or for what purpose or how serious they are. So I think that's background. We can't say a Cornell student posted that or a Cornell professor posted that. We just don't know. But that being said, it is consistent with the sort of verbiage you hear on a lot of campuses. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. What does that mean? That means the destruction of Israel. What does the destruction of Israel mean? We know what it means because Hamas just showed us what it means. It means genocide. Intifada. What was the Intifada? The Intifada was a suicide bombing campaign by Palestinians that killed over 1,000 Israelis over a decade ago. I think it was almost 20 years ago. So these are calls for violence on campus that I've never seen for any other cause or any other cause that's so tolerated. We all believe in free speech, that's fine. But these are gross acts of intimidation. I mean, can you imagine how a university would react if students were marching, protesting in favor of lynching blacks? Okay, wouldn't be tolerated for a second. But you have people, and it shouldn't be. But you have people marching and saying almost precisely the same thing with regard to Jews, And the university is, oh, well, it's just kids will be kids.
But I haven't heard them say that. What I have heard them say is make a very interesting argument about free speech, talking to William Jacobson, Cornell law professor, the mind behind legalinsurrection.com. We're not discussing free speech. We aren't having a conversation about whether the students can support, can say free Palestine or even chant genocide. We're saying, why is there no response? That's the question we're asking universities. Why is there no strong response to, listen, you did this. Do you understand how disgusting this is and how absolutely immoral it is? And we should be questioning what kind of students you are. Why can't you say that?
I mean, these universities, which would ruin your life if you did a so-called microaggression, okay? Or ruin your life if you misgendered somebody by accident. Or ruin your life if you said, well, men are men and women are women. Those same universities don't do much of anything for this. So it's a question of equal application. If you want a completely free speech campus, you can have it. But it can't be free speech just for the Israel haters and not free speech for everybody else.